Felicia Omoni was born in Awe, Oyo State, Nigeria, to the family of Chief James Ogundikpe and Madam Ruth Ibironke Daudu on June 9, 1947. She was 9 of 11 children her father had with his 3 wives. However, Felicia was the only child of her mother.
My father was a cocoa trader as well as the Balogun of Awe. My mother came from Ekiti, Ilupeju, Ekiti State. I believe they met in Awe when my mother was brought to Awe by relatives. When I think of the age of my father and the age of my mother, God must have had a sense of humor to bring a 28-year-old to marry a 90-something-year-old and to have a daughter. So it's a unique kind of marriage, it's a unique kind of parenting to me.
However, Felicia lost her mom at a very young age.
My mother passed when I was only 2 years old. My father tried as much as possible to fill in the gap. He played both the role of a mother and a father to me in more sense than I could explain. He made sure he created an atmosphere where he could see me on a daily basis. One of my favorite moments with my father was every Sunday I go with him to church. We were so close, we talk as if we were equal really. And my father was a good listener. I learned the ethic of listening from my father. Also, every year I was around when he was alive, he would celebrate my birthday for me.
Felicia's time with her father abruptly came to an end on June 27, 1956, few days after her 9th birthday. With both parents gone by the time she was 9 years old, Felicia was faced with an uncertain future.
After losing my father, I became aware of the fact that life could be kind to you today and could be cruel to you tomorrow. I graduated from elementary school in 1959. I thought my father had already made a plan for me to go to school after elementary school. I was waiting for my sibling to come and say, okay, it's time for you to go to school. I didn't see anybody. The people I was living with, I was waiting for them to say, okay, this is what your daddy has planned for you. I didn't hear anything.
With no immediate resolution to her predicament, Felicia was forced to put her schooling aspirations on hold.
I grew up overnight also, simply because I was made to work at an early age. I started working at the age of 13.
After about 3 years of child labor, God intervened and gave Felicia the wisdom to write a letter to her siblings. Her immediate senior brother responded to the letter and agreed to move Felicia out of Awe.
He asked me to choose which of my sisters do I want to live with. I have 2 in Lagos, 1 in Ibadan, and I chose to live with the one in Ibadan. On getting to my sister's place, she didn't even know I was coming. She didn't expect me. She was shocked to see me arrived in my house.
Another year went by without Felicia realizing her dream of returning to school until 1964.
My siblings got together and said, well, since I want to go to school, they have to send me to school. And that was why they sent me to Sacred Heart Modern School, which was close to where my sister was living at New Reservation.
After completing a year of modern school education, Felicia attended Anglican Commercial School, Orita Mefa, Ibadan, where she graduated with Commercial School Certificate in 1967.
When I graduated from commercial school in 1967, I started working with the Nigeria Baptist Bookstore in March of 1968, which took me to work in different aspects of Nigeria Baptist Convention up until
1979. I met my husband in 1973 at Orita Baptist Church when he was involved in our drama group.
I'm most thankful to God for my wife because she is my loving partner. Very early in my life, I do realize that I'm not complete in myself. So I thank God for bringing light into my life, who really completes me. She enjoys us talking about our relationship, holding hands, being expressive. I really bless her for the kind of smile she has, which seems to be very romantic. And that has been the reason why our marriage has lasted so long in a very beautiful way, to the glory of God.
After relocating to the United States with her husband in 1979, Felicia wanted to go back to school, but she must first overcome her fears. Because of the delay in my going back to school and because of the circumstances that I was surrounded with family-wise, thinking, well, I didn't go to normal high school and I've been out of school and I've been working all this year, will I be able to cope? But to the glory of God, God sent some people who believed in me more than I believed in myself. And they were the ones who encouraged me that whatever it will take me to do it, they are willing. Even if they have to pay for me to go to school, that they will do it. Felicia resumed her educational journey in the United States by first obtaining a high school diploma in June of 1980. We moved to Golden Gate in January of 1981. And when we got there, I started working in the seminary also while I was attending community college school. I was doing that and I was doing partial house cleaning job just to make ends meet. And we were doing that until we moved to Texas in 1982, August. While raising 3 children and working multiple jobs, Felicia attended Dallas Baptist University, where she graduated with Bachelor's of Business Administration in Accounting. She subsequently obtained her master's degree in Business Administration in 1988. In 1992, I finally got a job with the state of Texas with the Department of Health and Human Services, where I was until I retired in 2012.
Sister Felicia Omoni and I first met at Orita Baptist Church, Ibadan in Nigeria. She came around wanting me to join the choir, and I told her no. But she kept on and on and on until I finally gave in and I joined the choir. Many of the long-term friends I have now is because of her persistence that I joined the choir. After I joined the choir, she came around again and said, you need to join the gospel group. And I said, what is gospel group? I don't want to join any group. But she kept on, and I finally joined the gospel group. All the friendship that I formed in that group, those are my friends now. They're actually more like families up to today. That's like close to 45 years ago.
I have known Mrs. Felicia Omoni for almost 21 years. She's a partner and co-laborer in the ministry with her husband, Reverend Joseph Omoni. I see the way they do things together, the way they reach out together, the way they, go and visit other church members. I cherish that kind of togetherness in their relationship. And even in my own life, I work towards, making sure that I and my husband, we work together.
Mrs. Felicia Omoni played a very vital role amongst the EBC women. She is there as a pillar for us, as a mother for us. You know, she's a very strong woman of faith. Sometimes I look at her and I wonder, how does she do this? Her tenacity has even helped me as a person to improve my walk with the Lord.
Mrs. Felicia Omoni is a good listener. She and my husband had a conversation about the need of a new home. Mrs. Omoni took that at heart, and we were not aware of it. She was looking for a house for us. She found the house, and we were excited. And up till today, I can only say thank you, because she listened.
In 2013, I was contemplating on going back to school. Mrs. Omoni came to my house, we visited together, and the way she encouraged me that I should trust God. When I registered, what really surprises me was that she was the first one who wrote a check for me towards the education. So it's really my story and her story, of God's faithfulness and love and encouragement that I received from her.
The main reason I'm celebrating my 70th birthday is to glorify God, to honor Him, to return thanksgiving unto Him. We are 11 in my family, my father's children. My oldest sister, I can't remember when she died. If anybody lived to be 70, she will be the only one that lived to be 70. Other siblings, none of my brothers lived to be 70. And I know two of my sisters did not live to be 70. So for me to be 70, I want to glorify God.
One thing that many people may not know about my mom is that she is a child at heart. I love when she comes to visit us in Chicago. She will roll on the floor, play with my daughter like she's 20 years old, take her to the park, read books. It doesn't matter how old she is, but she's going to get down and play with my daughter like she's 20 years old. To see my mom turn 70 is a gift from God, and I am extremely grateful to God for sparing her life, for allowing me and my siblings and my dad to have her for 70 years. I just can't thank God enough for this day. I'm truly blessed to be able to share it with her.
Without God, we are nothing. My prayer and my plea for everybody watching this and looking at this is to please let Christ be your all in all. Let God be author and finisher of your faith, and let God order your day and your plan for your life.